This is a guided meditation for enoughness. Sit back and relax. If your back is supported, lean into that. If you're on a cushion, just settle into the support of the cushion. Take a couple of deep breaths to transition us from whatever we were doing before this meditation and putting us into the now, into the present, into this meditation. Each breath in, bringing us more into our space. Each breath out, releasing whatever we need to do after this, whatever we have on the to-do list. The next breath, breathing in and feeling our feet connected to the floor or to the cushion. And just feeling us in our body, giving gratitude and thanks for having this body, and gratitude and thanks for this experience and this reality. The next breath, we're just going to start to pull in energy from Mother Earth, beginning with bringing it through our feet. Each breath bringing that healing Gaia energy further into our body, into our cells, relaxing us and healing us. Next breath bringing that energy through our feet, into our calves, and into our shins. Next breath bringing that into our knees and thighs and quads. Next breath into the pubic area and root chakra area. Next breath into our organs in that sacral chakra area. Next breath into our back, up our back. Next breath into our upper organs and chest. One breath specifically breathing and bringing in that healing energy into our heart space. And if you like to imagine that green emerald heart energy, do that now. Otherwise, just breathe in that healing energy into our heart, setting the intention to go within, to be rooted in our heart, to be heart forward, to be heart centric. Next breath, bringing that energy down our arms, our biceps and triceps and forearms, into our fingers. Taking a breath just to feel that space in between our fingers and that energy filling our palms and our hands and our fingers, reminding us that every piece of us is important. Next breath, bringing in that energy into our throat chakra and our neck, back of our neck, front of our neck, giving us the power to say what we need to say and write what we need to write. Next breath, bringing that into the back of our head, into our ears, unclenching our jaw, dropping our tongue, breathing in through our nose and out through our mouth. Next breath, bringing that healing energy into our face, releasing the tension. Our eyes are closed, we don't need to strain, we don't need to scrunch our face or scrunch our nose. Next breath, bringing that into our crown, our connection to all that is. Now take a couple deep breaths and just feel that energy flowing into you, flowing into your body where it needs to go. Feeling safe, feeling connected. The next breath, we're going to start to think about the concept of enoughness. Now, many of us don't feel that we are enough. We may have had parents or teachers or coworkers or bosses who have never been able to be satisfied with the actions we take and the actions we do and just who we are. I'd like to spend a few minutes just thinking about the idea that we are enough, that we are enough the way that we are, and that we always have been. And On the next breath, just start to do a scan of your body and start to see, where do you feel that you are not enough? Where does that live in your body? Scanning our body, maybe it's in our root chakra, maybe it's in our heart, maybe it's in our throat, maybe it's in our head, maybe it's in our pinky finger. Just scan your body and intuitively go where you feel you're holding any feelings or emotions of not being enough. Not being enough for yourself, not being enough for your partner, not being enough for kids, not being enough for this world. A lot of times we don't feel we are just generically not enough because it seems like we could never satisfy everyone. Now the key is remembering that the only person we need to satisfy is ourselves. Our life is a creative act for all that is. And all that is just wants us to fully experience our life the way we want to do it. Not the way mom and dad wanted us to do it, not the way our partner wants us to do it, not the way our bosses or friends want us to do it, how we want to do it. So just breathe in the concept that you are enough. And I know this sounds weird because when I reflected on this, I don't think I've had a human ever tell me this. But I'm telling you this now. You are enough. Whatever you've done, whatever you're doing, whatever you want to do is enough. And the desire to be more is good, but the desire to be more should come within. And for that feeling of fulfillment within, and not that fulfillment or that feeling of fulfillment for others. As we've probably seen, anytime we go to try to fulfill others' requirements, we fill up that bucket, they just move it, they get a bigger bucket, they move the bucket a little further, and we have to walk a few more steps each time to fill that bigger bucket. So I'm going to invite you just to think about filling your own bucket at whatever size that is. And this isn't to say we don't have big goals, but there are goals. And we say when we have completed them. And it's not when other people get it, it's when we get it. Now on the next breath, hopefully you've seen, felt, or imagined where that lives in your body, that feeling, not feeling enoughness lives in your body. For me, it's right between my sacral and root chakra area. Just imagine pulling that feeling out of your body into the palms of your hands and inspecting it. What does it look like? What does that feeling or emotion of not being enough look like to you? For me, it looks like a giant bug the size of a textbook with lots of legs, and it's a creepy crawly, and it's definitely not something that I'd want to spend any time with. So just hold it. You know, maybe it's something like, for mine, it's when it's on its back, it can't move. It just flails its legs. And so let's just inspect it and see if you can determine the origin. Who set this program, this insect, this feeling, this emotion into your body? And if it doesn't come to you, that's fine. But if you can see the moment that it happened, that's also valuable. That gives us things to work on later. Now, on the next breath, we want to just, assuming you've got this in your hands, just send this emotion love. Everything that exists as a negative, everything that exists as a this could be better, really just needs love. So take a look at this, whether it be a dark cloud or a bug or a color or an object or whatever it is that's in the palms of your hands. Just imagine that green heart light from your heart just enveloping whatever that is. So in this case for me, it's shining this beautiful green light on this insect, which is calming the insect down, which is shrinking the insect, which is making it not flail its legs, but just lay there and contemplate. And just think about and repeat that you are enough. Whatever has happened to you, whatever you want to do, it is enough. You can always do more, but what you've done so far is enough. Continuing to send that heart energy, continuing to send that love to that feeling, to that emotion. Give thanks for that, because without that feeling of enoughness, we wouldn't have the duality to actually look at and say that we are enough. So thank the lack of enoughness for its part in your life, but let's wish it well. Let's decide that we no longer want to have this feeling of enoughness influencing our life, our relationships, our happiness, our growth, any aspect of our life. We are enough. You are enough. In the next breath, we're going to continue to imagine that light, that insect, that object getting smaller and smaller each breath. More love, more thankfulness going to it, shrinking it until it's just a teeny tiny little speck. And then on the next breath, we're just going to release that feeling into the cosmos, into Source, letting Source take that object, take that feeling, take that emotion, and just take it and transmute it. Having it leave our body, thanking it for its guidance and insight, and using that as a data point to make sure that when we are sometimes not feeling enough, we remember that we have let that go, we have used it for its purpose, and we have released it to the cosmos, to all that is, to be transmuted. Now, ideally, you're feeling a little lighter now. We're going to take a couple more deep breaths to anchor in that feeling in our body that we are enough. Or even just if that's a stretch, let's just feel that we are better than we were, and we're more close to believing that we are enough. And this can be an iterative process. Every time you listen to this meditation, it can take you closer to where you want to be. But just breathing in alignment, breathing in that earth energy, breathing in that right now you feel like you are enough. More deep breaths in through the nose, out through the mouth. Being thankful for our time on this planet. And I want to thank you for the time and attention for this meditation. And I will see you at the next one. Namaste.